Do you think these students are unreasonable? They placed a basin of foot washing water in front of the door, then waited for the homeroom teacher to enter the classroom. At this time, a student informed the class that the homeroom teacher was in the hallway. Everyone immediately took out their phones to film the scene of the teacher getting a basin of water poured over his head. The result is, let's watch the slow motion video again. Suppose the time the basin of water takes to fall is 0.8 seconds. The teacher only needs 0.2 seconds to detect it, then uses 0.3 seconds to turn around, then uses another 0.3 seconds to use his elbow to knock the basin away. Furthermore, this basin, on its way down, also hit the head of the student who set up the prank. What kind of background does this teacher have to be so good? Let's watch the whole movie together to know the answer. This man's name is Henry Chan. Today he returned to his old school to teach, and this class is the most special class at Tokchi Secondary School. All students in this class are special students. Let's see together what these students do during class. The first day Henry Chan taught, he walked in and said good morning to the class, but none of the students paid attention to him. A student even cooks noodles right in the middle of class. Moreover, the student also collects money from other friends. Henry Chan went over to see. He told the student not to add so much spice because there is a lot of sodium in the seasoning package. If you eat too much, you will have high blood pressure. Of course, the student refused to listen. The more the teacher stopped him, the more he added, and he scolded the teacher for being stupid. Henry Chan turned around and saw a student playing the ukulele in class. He still calmly said, "I should adjust the tuning first and then play." Henry Chan went to the tomboy haircut girl again. She is looking at car magazines. Henry Chan said, "This car can run at a maximum of 307 kilometers per hour. The maximum speed limit in Hong Kong is 110. Remember, you have to take a driver's license test before driving that car." At the last desk, there is a student sitting playing a game. Henry Chan went to warn him that the phone's refresh rate is damaging. You have to be careful or your eyes will be harmed. Next, Henry Chan woke up the sleeping students, but still no one paid attention to him. He wrote his name on the board. "Oh my God, what kind of rustic name is that?" The students happily laughed at the teacher's name. Seeing this, Henry Chan decided to teach these kids a lesson. He took a rubber band and used a piece of chalk as a bullet. He loaded the bullet onto the band and shot it straight into the fire sprinkler head. The students were soaking wet and quickly ran out of the classroom. Just like that, as soon as Henry Chan came to class, he made enemies with all the students. But he is still determined to educate these children to be good people. There are 5 students in the class who are a special case. Let's find out together who this group of 5 people is. The first person was Gordon Hong, originally from Pakistan and born in Hong Kong. Because he has dark skin, he was discriminated against and bullied by his friends from a young age. He has a strong passion for music. The second person is this tomboy girl, Gladys Wong. She was born into a family that values men and despises women. The whole family loves their younger brother. So deep down in her heart, she always wanted to be a boy and dreams of being a Formula 1 racer. The third and fourth people are twin brothers, Bruce Kwan and Chris Kwan. Their father was an alcoholic who often beat the 2 brothers. Chris is also addicted to online games. The fifth person, Jack Lee, is the big brother of this group of 5 people. His parents died in a car accident, so he lives with his grandmother and had to wander around and fend for himself from a young age. That day, all 5 of them were on the basketball court. Jack Lee saw the girl he liked being teased by the captain of the basketball team. He got angrily to his feet and threw a water bottle into the court. The captain stepped on the water bottle and fell to the ground. The captain looked at the 5 of them and said he would definitely take revenge. At this time, a teacher happened to pass by and witnessed everything. She punished the whole group to copy their notes. But it is not easy to punish this particular group of students. They used the excuse of handing in the fine and then stuck a worm inside the notebook. As soon as she opened the notebook, the lesson plans and tests on the table got all wet. The group of students made strange faces at the teacher, then leisurely left. The next day, Henry Chan went to teach. The students wanted to chase the teacher away, so the class placed a basin of foot washing water in front of the door, and the scene at the beginning of the video happened. The entire basin of water ended up straight on Jack Lee. At this time, the whole class knew that their homeroom teacher knew martial arts. Henry Chan did not blame the students. He began teaching students in a very strange method. This homeroom teacher is very different from other people. As a teacher, he let his students smoke in class. He told Jack Lee to take out a cigarette and told the whole class, "If you can
answer my question, you won't have to study anymore." First question, what is the chemical composition that makes up this cigarette? The group raised their hand to answer. Nicotine, tar, fungus, carbon monoxide. That's right, you can go now. Gordon Hong happily walked out of the classroom. The other students all admired him and banged on the table in celebration. Henry Chan gave each of them a cigarette. Second question, can anyone tell me what parts a cigarette is made of? He also drew a picture of a cigarette on the board. The twins answered, paper for rolling, tobacco, and filters. The answer is correct, but not complete. Henry Chan asked, what is the filter used for? He also let Jack Lee smoke as a model for everyone. The students immediately shouted. For the first time, everyone saw a teacher letting students smoke. When Jack Lee lit a cigarette, Henry Chan took one too. Everyone had never had a lesson like this. The special students felt extremely intrigued. Henry Chan uses this unique and strange method to teach knowledge to his students. But this teaching style was also seen by the principal, Patrick Lam, and school leaders. Because the school students are all special students, no one could get into university. The Department of Education decided to cut funding. It also means that the school is about to close. During lunch, the basketball team captain tripped Jack Lee, so the group of special students and the basketball team got into a fight. Many students stood around waiting to watch. They were broken up by security. After being separated in the hallway, they continued to curse each other. The captain scolded Jack Lee for being a fatherless child. This touched Jack Lee's pain. Seeing the 2 of them preparing to fight again, Henry Chan immediately stood in the middle and intervened. Because of this fight, the principal wanted to expel the group of 5 students from school. Henry Chan tried to help the students and solve this problem himself. After all, they are his students. It seems that if you want them to reform, you have to deal with them one by one. First, Henry Chan came to find Gordon Hong to help him stand on stage to perform and realize his dream of singing. The second person Henry Chan wants to help is Gladys Wong and her father. The three of them play slot car racing together, then engineered an unexpected accident, causing Gladys Wong's father to say the words hidden deep in his heart. In fact, he loved Gladys Wong very much. Finally, father and daughter reconciled. Next, he went to find the two twin brothers, Bruce Kwan and Chris Kwan. Then he invited the father, who often drank, to sit down with the students and talk together. The father admitted his mistake, and the knot in their hearts was also loosened. Jack Lee was raised by his grandmother. She said Jack Lee was a good student and even took out a reward notebook. It turns out that the achievements listed were all filled in by Jack Lee himself. Jack Lee is very obedient and understanding. He always works hard to buy household items. He is very bold, daring to steal a golden layer from a group of gangsters. Jack Lee works part-time at a casino for the triad leader Kane Law, hoping to earn money to buy a large home for his grandmother. This time he stole something and was discovered. The angry boss ordered his underlings to beat Jack Lee up. After a memorable match, the boss gave Jack Lee a chance. He wanted to pull him into the group. He wanted Jack Lee to inject drugs into the boxing champion's water. He wants the boxing champion to lose this match because as long as the boxing champion loses, he will win money. Jack Lee pretended to get water and then poured medicine into the water bottle. Then he quickly screwed the cap back on. Next, he went to give water to the boxing champion. At the moment the boxing champion was about to drink water, his assistant discovered the medicine bottle in Jack Lee's pocket. Jack Lee was about to explain, but his mouth was covered by the boss. The drugged water bottle was poured directly into Jack Lee's mouth. But the boxing champion still wasn't satisfied. He continuously poured more than 20 bottles of water into Jack Lee's mouth, then locked him in the locker room. Luckily, Henry Chan came to find Jack Lee. Jack Lee in the locker room kept calling for help and even wet his pants. Henry Chan saw that his student was being bullied, so he rushed to confront the gangsters head-on. Henry Chan took action. 2 moves took down one guy. He picked up a weapon and stabbed a guy in the thigh, stabbed once in the buttocks and then knocked him down. Then he alone confronted the whole crowd. Henry Chan started his performance. With every punch thrown out, a guy fell. At this time, a big guy secretly attacked Henry Chan. He angrily picked up a stick and gave him a hit. The big guy fell on the lockers. Then he grabbed one leg and knocked him down. Henry Chan walked to the locker room when he unexpectedly was attacked from behind, but the attacker was still beaten by Henry Chan until he could not get up. The people behind saw that the situation was not good and immediately rushed forward. Henry Chan attacks quickly, accurately, strongly, and extremely decisively. One kick caused the enemy to lie on the ground. Jack Lee, locked in the locker, was also let out. At this moment he shouted, "Is there anyone else? Come at me." Seeing Henry Chan's provocation, the boxing champion decided to take action himself. As soon as he rushed forward, he threw a series of kicks. Henry Chan could only defend, and he was still knocked down.
In the table, Henry Chan seems to be a bit weaker. He conveniently picked up a stick and hit the boxing champion's head. Then Henry Chan quickly counterattacked, grabbed one leg and knocked him down. Henry Chan wanted to control the boxing champion but was pushed away by him. The boxing champion threw Henry Chan far away. Henry Chan changed his strategy and began to move quickly to avoid him. The champion couldn't land a hit. Henry Chan began to counterattack, smearing lubricant all over his opponent's face and then punching him. The boxing champion was punched and he couldn't see clearly, so he beat the air everywhere. Henry Chan threw a locker to block the way of the boxing champion, then continuously hit his body. The boxing champion felt like he couldn't stand it anymore. He hugged Henry Chan tightly and threw him to the ground. Henry Chan hit his head and felt the world spinning. The boxing champion was more seriously injured and fainted on the spot. Oh my god, the boxing champion has been defeated. The next day, the news that Henry Chan defeated the boxing champion spread everywhere. The whole school was in an uproar. Why is Henry Chan so good at fighting? Turns out, back when he was still at Tokchi Secondary School, he had been the most unique student in the school's history. He alone had nearly ruined the school's graduation ceremony. He also beat the piano prodigy Kane Law and knocked down the principal's statue. The statue fell and hit Kane Law's hand, breaking it and forcing him to give up piano. The principal's statue's nose also fell off. Therefore, the principal decided to expel the student Henry Chan. Henry Chan was expelled, so he transferred to a military boarding school in the US and later served in the Marine Corps. After he grew up, he was sent to the battlefield, so he no longer took life and death seriously. The next day, when Henry Chan came to class, the whole class solemnly stood up to greet him. The students were all extremely excited to listen to Henry Chan give a lecture. The atmosphere of the class was extremely exciting, but a student could not stand the pressure of studying, so he went to the railing of the building and jumped down. Because Henry Chan was his homeroom teacher, he was implicated. Henry Chan took full responsibility and was fired by the school. All the students heard the news and hurriedly chased after the teacher, but he was already gone. The school also faces losing its funding. This story also reached the ears of the gangsters. The triad leader Kane Law hopes the school will close because the school prevented him from expanding his real estate project. Finally, the day of the graduation exam has arrived. A bunch of gangsters stormed into the classroom to prevent students from going to take their exams. Students who do not take the exam will not have any grades, so the school will definitely have to close. At the critical moment, Henry Chan returned. He threw a basketball and knocked down a guy. Then he launches a kick that sends the opponent flying 10 meters away. Henry Chan grabbed an iron stick and started fighting. While fighting, he also said, "Now we have to teach this class how to protect ourselves." Then Henry Chan dodged, slapped, hit a guy in the stomach, took a stick and beat him. He pulled another guy and continued kicking. Suddenly, he threw a spinning kick and the opponent immediately flew away, even knocking down a few more people. Next, he took an iron bar and stabbed a guy in the butt. Henry Chan ran to the second floor and threw a big stick. Some thugs chased him. Unexpectedly, he swung down from the second floor. With one kick, he knocked out more than a dozen people. This fighting power is truly formidable. The students all applauded and praised the teacher for being so cool. At this time, students run to school to take the graduation exam. Henry Chan confronts the gangster boss, Kane Law. Unexpectedly, Kane Law was the piano prodigy that Henry Chan beat up back then. Henry Chan doesn't understand why he has become like this now. Kane Law was punched in the face by Henry Chan. Then Henry Chan dragged him to the cage. Kane Law tried his best to fight back, and finally the two of them rushed into the classroom. Kane Law delivered a fatal blow, pinning Henry Chan on the table. In response, Henry Chan hit Kane Law's head with a chalk box. Then Henry Chan grabbed his neck and turned around, knocking the opponent down. Kane Law used all his strength to escape. He grabbed the electrical conduit and pulled it, gathering all the tables in one place, causing Henry Chan to get stuck in the middle. Henry Chan crawled under the table. Kane Law stands on the table. Henry Chan sneak attacks from behind and knocks the opponent down. Kane Law fell hard to the ground. The war is over. Henry Chan won. But he feels that when he was young, he did something wrong to Kane Law by breaking his hand. So he grabbed a knife and told Kane Law to stab him. From then on, the two would no longer owe each other anything. Henry Chan walked out of the classroom. At this time, the students successfully passed the exam with excellent results. The Department of Education decided to continue providing funding. The students graduated smoothly. Henry Chan continued to stay at the school and teach. The movie ends here. This movie is called Big Brother. Now a question for you. Do you like Donnie Yen's action movies? Leave some of your thoughts at the comment below this video. Thank you for watching. Goodbye and see you again.